G'day. This is a test video. In other words, that's a new camera and I've got a whole bunch of new software, and this is the first time I've ever done anything like this in my entire life, which has been a while, so it's a test. But the thing is, I really do believe that videos should not be done just for the sake of getting your head on the internet. I think if you're going to do a video, you should have a valid reason and something interesting to say. So although this is a test, I figured I'd sort of do the Australian accent thing and how to say g'day. But before I do that, I'm reminded of a radio announcer in Sydney years ago who always began his program with "Hello World." Well, he was in Sydney. I mean, you know, even though in later years his program went national all around Australia, he still started his program with "Hello World." This is Australia. But I can say "Hello World" because this is the internet. And you could be in Russia, you could be in England, you could be in France, you could be in Germany, you could be in Oregon or Florida or Ohio. You could be anywhere in the world. I mean, this is really Hello World. Now, I've got notes up here on the screen of my old PC, so if you see me looking up there, you'll know why. Because I'm too old to remember everything, so I've got to have notes. Now, yes, making videos. Now, I suppose that a young bloke who runs a blog that I visit quite often, his name is Shannon, and his blog is called Shannon's Official Blog. And he does videos, little talkies, as he calls them. But you see, what he does, he invites his readers to ask questions about really important things like speedos, undies, and things like that. So his little videos are legit, whereas mine, well, for starters, I don't wear speedos. I do wear undies. Oh yes, but I'm not going to talk about them. Shannon and I are very much different in that respect. Anyway, moving right along. Yes, the reason I bought this webcam was because ultimately I'll be travelling Australia, and I thought it might be very good to occasionally, when I'm in a new town or a new city or out in the bush or wherever I happen to be, to do a little talkie to introduce a series of photographs and whatever, sort of my version of a David Attenborough or a Steve Irwin. Not quite as flash, but you know what I mean. So that's the reason I bought it, and not for this kind of thing particularly. Now, yes, the thing I should have, well, I did in the beginning of this video, I said g'day, and the reason I'm doing this vid is to teach Americans who cannot get it right. They cannot get g'day right. G'day or good day or all that, but they can't get g'day, and it's a vowel thing. It's the A sound, and it's A. A. G'day, mate. It's horrible, isn't it? But that's the way it is. G'day, mate. Americans cannot get it. And that brings to mind a film which came out some time ago, and the lead actress, they don't call them actress anymore because it's not politically correct, they're actors, Meryl Streep, and she played the part of Lindy Chamberlain, who lost her baby Azaria in the Northern Territory some years ago, apparently taken by a dingo. Anyway, Meryl Streep spent months trying to perfect Lindy Chamberlain's Australian accent. G'day, mate. No worries. And she had a lot of difficulty. And even after all of that hard work, when I saw the movie, I thought, no, she's not an Aussie. Not at all. My accent is not as Aussie as a lot of Australian accents because I spent a long time in radio, and so I suppose my accent sort of neutralised because I couldn't get on the radio and say, "How you going?" I had to say, "How are you going?" So, yes, it was that neutralised thing. You know, it's all very well in the street to say, "How you going, mate? No worries." But if you get on the air and say that, people go, "What? Can't be right." So, it's a context thing. What, just checking the notes again, pardon me. Yes, meat pie, no worries, mate, all that. So if you're interested in trying to emulate the Australian accent, maybe you can do a little bit of practice in the bathroom mirror this morning, or any morning after you do the teeth, and just practice saying A. So we go through the vowels, right? There's A, E, I, O, U. Well, practice A, E, I, O, U. And in no time, you'll have it. You'll be authentic. You'll be able to pick up the telling bone and say to somebody, "G'day, mate," and they'll think you're an Aussie. Won't that be terrific? Now, what else have I got written up here? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yes, about the accent. Yes, very easy to lose. Very, very difficult to copy, but very easy to lose. I know Australians who've gone over to America or England or somewhere, and they're over there for a couple of years, and all of a sudden they're terribly, English and all that. Or they adopt the American accent, which apparently is pretty easy to slide into. So, I suppose the interesting thing about the Australian accent is that it's extremely difficult to copy, but it's extremely easy to lose. Whether or not that means anything profound, I'm not sure. Probably doesn't, but don't worry, I've got to fill up this video with something. And now to end of the show, I'll use another Australian word, hooroo. Now don't ask me where it came from because I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea what the origin of hooroo is. But the time has come for me to say hooroo. And now I've got to switch this bloody thing off. And I'm not sure how to do it. I think you actually press a button here and it'll stop.